What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Letitia and this is That So Letitia. And for today's video, I am going to be doing a quote unquote Throwback Tuesday makeup look from one of my favorite palettes of all times. I feel like sometimes we can get so wrapped up in the latest releases and watching YouTube videos on the latest makeup drops and newest makeup releases and palettes and all of these different things that even sometimes for those of us who are in front of the camera, we tend to kind of neglect some of the OGs, some of our favorite palettes because we're just consuming new product, you know, week after week, month after month. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So first and foremost, as always, I will be applying my foundation. I am going to kind of speed through this process a little bit just because I'm super anxious to get to the actual eye look, but I will still present to you guys exactly what makeup I'm using, what products I'm using as I'm applying them to my face, okay? So I will be starting out with Fenty Beauty's. Can you guys see it? Yes, no, maybe so. I will be starting out with Fenty Beauty's. This is their Pro Filt'R True Matte Primer. And I will be applying that sparingly. And as I'm doing so, I just want to really say thank you. Thank you to everybody who supported my video with the Novo Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Honestly, I think in the least amount of time, that video has probably got me more views than some of my other videos that have been published a tad bit longer. So I definitely do thank you for the support. I thank you for the views, the comments. Please keep them coming. This is why I do what I do. Thank you guys. So for my foundation, I will be applying, this is by Huda Beauty. This is in the shade Mocha 500G. This is the Faux Filter High Coverage Cream Foundation. And to apply that, I will be using, this is my NYX foundation brush. And for under eye concealer, I will be using Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer, and this is in the shade 20. I will just be applying a tad bit to my under eye area. And this one is one of those concealers that you really cannot like sit around and wait for it to dry down like some of the other ones that I use. This one tends to dry down rather quickly, so I like to move fast when I use this one. And then I'm just going to apply a bit of Nars, and this is their Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Chocolat. And I'm actually going to apply it using a Morphe M421 brush, just to this area here. And to set the concealers, I will be using by Fenty Beauty. This is their Pro Filt'R Instant Retouch Setting Powder, and it is in the shade Nutmeg. I'm just going to use a damp beauty sponge and begin to set my concealers using it. And to set my entire base and make everything look cohesive, I will be using a multi-purpose complexion powder, and this is by Too Faced, Born This Way, and it is in the shade named Chai. I will be applying it using, this is my NYX pointed powder brush, just a very light amount, and just kind of lightly sweeping it over my entire face. And for my bronzer, I will be using, this is by Color Raine, and this one is in the shade name Cinna, and this is what she looks like. And I will be applying that using a bronzer brush. This face is giving. Oh. Ooh. Yes, ma'am. She's giving. This base is giving. It really is. Now that the base is set, I'm loving my base. I don't know, like I always attempt to use my foundation that matches my neck as well as my chest, because my face tans easier, it tans quicker, especially if I'm not wearing SPF. And for some reason, like when I wear my actual summer shade of foundation, oh, it's giving. I love. Okay, so to set our eyes for our eye look, I'm going to use, this is NYX Cosmetics eyeshadow primer, and it is in the shade Skin Tone. Okay, so for our eye look, again, this is Throwback Tuesday, right? One of my absolute favorite eyeshadow palettes, period. Like, this is one of the holy grails to me of eyeshadow palettes. This is the Jackie Aina Palette collaboration with Anastasia Beverly Hills. This palette is like for the culture, right? Not exclusive to any one race. What I mean for the culture is when Jackie actually sat down and created this color story, she knew the assignment. I mean, obviously, look what we're talking about, right? This color story is simply amazing. We do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 mattes. What I like about these mattes is that they're giving. They're giving pigment. They are bold. They definitely make for a good brown girl, tan girl, or guy transition shade. It's just giving. It's giving glamorous. So using my Morphe M504, I am actually going to go in with this one here, this matte, which is called Ginger, and I'm going to do a light sweep over my entire eye area. This palette, I will never forget when it was announced through AnastasiaBeverlyHills.com and on pretty much all of their social media channels that it was being released. This one was actually released, I want to say it was August of no, it's August of 2019, I believe is when this one was released. And honey, when I saw that it was about to be released, like so many other things now, like, do y'all miss back in the day? Let's just talk for a second. Do y'all miss back in the day when you used to see an item, you saw it even online? Like, I'm not going way back, but do you remember like maybe a good 4, 5 years ago, you would see something, you know, being released on the website, get your coins together, and then you go and buy it. Everything now is so limited edition. Like, everything is hyped. Everything is hype beast. Everything, you know, it's like if you don't get it in the moment, like literally right soon as they say 12:00, if you don't get it then you have to like deal with some third party, like probably perverts sitting in their mom's basement who done bought the whole drop. I remember shopping before the word drop was used to describe purchases. But yeah, you got to get it from some third party pervert sitting in their mom's basement who is now charging you like this insanely large, you know, amount just to buy something that you otherwise would have been able to afford. Do anybody remember the Pat McGrath and Supreme lipstick release? That was ridiculous. I was so done. I'm like, you know what? When that happened, I said, I refuse. I refuse. I will not be caught out here in these internet streets trying to, you know, stay up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and have my credit card. I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. But I will say this. When this palette was announced that it was about to be released, oh, I was up. I was up at midnight. At the stroke of midnight, I literally hit send and bought me this palette. She's everything. This palette is amazing to me. Okay, so now I'm going to take Edges, which is also another matte, and using my same trusty rusty brush, I'm actually going to begin packing that. Yes, we're going to pack. So yeah, I said after like seeing all these crazy so-called releases and, you know, there being a limited edition for everything, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. I just don't see myself as being competitive like that in order to actually be able to purchase something. Like, that's insane. And then you have people out here who actually, and I mean, I'm not knocking it. If that's your hustle, if that's your jam, then you do you. I just won't be supporting you. But you have people out here who are like getting their life because they are bragging that they are overcharged for this stuff and they're actually buying it. Like, no. No, not me. So once I got this palette, I laid eyes on it. My brush touched the pans. I actually got to play around with it. I said, you know what? She's a keeper. She's a keeper. So much so, this is actually my second palette. This is my third one. Still in the box. I will always keep one of these palettes on deck. That's just me. And then I'm going to take a Morphe M506 brush and going to now apply Credit, this matte shade here. And I'm going to apply that towards where the crease should be. If you have a crease, then that's where you apply it. If you're like me and you don't and you have to dig for it, then just find your actual socket, wherever your socket is, and that's where you place it. Then using my Morphe M224 brush, I will be applying Trust Issues, which is this kind of shimmer shade here. And I will be applying that to this area here, just kind of packing it. We're not going to carry Trust Issues all the way. We're just going to do it midpoint. Then we're going to stop, and we're now going to apply it onto our other eye. I really like this this shade. It's like a iridescent. And also using this brush is bomb because it's so precise. Like the tip is amazing, so it makes it look as though you've actually went through the whole struggle of kind of carving out like a cut crease, when in actuality you're really just using the brush to kind of round the area that you want to place the shade down with, minus having to go through the whole concealer and all of that stuff. So now going in using my Morphe M421, I'm going to apply Big Wig, which is this matte purple shade. And this is what we're going to apply it at. Watch this. So right here, right where Credit meets Trust Issues, we're going to apply it just there. And using my Eco Tools blend brush, just slightly blend it out, just right there, just literally right there. We're not going to move it nowhere else. We just want it just in that little area. Again, Eco Tools, blend it out just a little bit. And before we work on our lower waterline, let's apply our blush. Blush I will be using is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This was included in their Tropical Getaway face palette. This is the shade of blush. Hopefully you guys can see that. So this is the shade of blush I will be using. And I'm going to apply that using a blush brush, also by Eco Tools. And for my eyeliner, I'm going to first begin by lining my waterline using Huda Beauty's. This is their Life Liner, and I believe this is Very Black or Extreme Black. And I always like to begin with a dark liner. Reason being is you can always build your shadows if you're going to use shadows to complete your eye look for your like your under eye area or your waterline. I've learned, and I was actually taught, that using a liner first helps to almost act as a primer, because sometimes you can put your shadows down there, and over time, throughout the duration of time that you're wearing your makeup, then your under eye shadows disappear. But when you use a eyeliner first, it gives it somewhat like a primer, something to stick to. So now I'm going to use, this is an Eco Tools smudge brush, and I am going to use Big Wig for my under eye area. And not a lot, like not so extreme, but to each his own. If you want to go a little bit bolder, I say go for it. For my lips, I'm going to begin by using MAC Cosmetics. This is their Chestnut Brown Liner. Just a very, very light lining this time. To fill it in, I'm going to be using by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is their lip gloss in the shade Parfait. So this is the final look. Off camera, I applied some Kiss Couture lashes in the style named Teddy. So this is it for the Throwback Tuesday. What do you guys think? Are you feeling it? Do you own the Jackie Aina Palette? Is it one of your ride or dies? Or are you one of those that every time there's like a makeup release, we gotta jump on it, and we tend to have a bin, dresser, drawer, vanity full of so many palettes that we have totally forgot that they even exist? Let me know in the comments and be honest. I'm actually a bit of both. I have so many palettes, it is disgusting. So these will be in rotation at some point in time. Like, yeah, they just have to be, because they are still amazing palettes. This one, again, like I told y'all, I'm on my second palette. I have my third already ready. Hopefully, it will not come to me using my third palette anytime soon, because they no longer carry her palette. What is up with that? But anywho, thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. Feel free to give me a thumbs up, comment, share, all of the things. And until we meet next time, guys, take care, be well. Bye.